I am so excited for you guys, Pisces. You guys have learned to trust yourself, and it's paying off. It's really, really paying off. Do you remember that time when you were doing that thing? Maybe you invested in something, and investments doesn't have to be just about money, but it could be about money. You invested in that thing, you invested in that person, and everyone was telling you not to do it. You don't know what you're doing, but you had trust, right? Like, even though you were scared, you had trust that it was going to be okay, that it was the right thing to do, right? That you weren't going to listen to the crowd, you weren't going to listen to what everyone else was saying. And now it's paying off. And the sad part is that it's paying off, and you are getting to see that all the advice that you were getting that were wrapped up as well wishes were not really well wishes. Like, they were people trying to stop your destiny, they could see where you were going, and they didn't want you to get there because they themselves couldn't get there. They were riding your coattail. And I just did a reading yesterday where I said that you have now connected with you are now connected with your higher power, whoever that is for you, and that you, in doing so, you've summoned the protection. Because see, we are all here on earth, and we all have free will. And the one thing about free will is that when you want God's protection or your higher powers protection, or you want to tap into your higher self, you have to do that. You have to ask for it. It's not just a given, because you have a choice to follow the crowd if you want. And so many of us come here and we don't understand that it's a choice, because we're told, when you're a kid, you think you have a choice, right? And then you turn 2, and then everybody starts telling you no, no, no to every choice that you're making. No, don't do that. No, don't do this. And so you grow up thinking you don't have choices. A lot of us grow up thinking, and especially if you grew up in a family where, it was their way or the highway. And so reclaiming that choice and reclaiming your voice is sometimes really difficult. And you guys, many of you have done the hard thing. Many of you have done the hard thing to reclaim your power. And there are those around you who didn't want to see you reclaim your power, is because the only way they could have power was by stopping you from having your power. They're not in their own power. They are suppressing your power so they can feel more powerful. Right? But that ends. That's ending now. And so people are going to get stuck really having to look at themselves. And it just is what it is. Like, they're going to get stuck there because you're no longer dimming your light to let somebody else shine. And that's what it is, right? Because I'm always like, well, how does that actually happen? How can somebody else make you dim your light, and how does it make them shine brighter? But if they can suppress the star that you are, they seem like they're brighter, but that without doing any actual work. You actually have to do the work, because them doing the work means that they would have to stop listening to other people, stop going with the flow, stop and start listening to themselves, and do the hard thing. And what is the hard thing? The hard thing is going against the grain. Not because you want to be, not because you're being facetious, not because you're being ornery, but because it's the right thing to do. You've had a conversation with your higher power, and you know it's the right thing to do, regardless of what anyone says. And you stand in your truth, even when times get tough. Because as you go through, you may not see the fruits of your labor immediately. You may not understand why you're doing why well you know why you're doing what you're doing, but you're not seeing the fruits. And so you don't know what the next step is that you're going to be led to. And it's not all revealed to you at once. It's revealed to you as the more you can stand in your truth, in your power, the more things get revealed to you, because it's clear now that you will not cower when somebody comes to you and says, no, not you. You can't do that. No, that's not right. Because you know what's right for yourself. And it's not you being, it may be looked at as you're being as conceit, as selfish, as all these things like that. You're not. It's just that you know your truth, and you realize that your truth does not have to be someone else's truth, and that you don't have to dim your light to make someone else feel brighter, because you now realize that they have the capability to do that for themselves. You don't need to let them steal your light so that they can shine brighter. They have the ability to do it on their own if they choose. It's a choice. Everything that we do in this life is a choice. And so, yeah, I just wanted to kind of, I don't know, to say that, I guess. I wanted to say that before I start this reading, because today's reading, I feel like today's reading is going to be really powerful for you, because the transformation continues. It's the transformation after the transformation, if you will, because it doesn't matter where you get in life. You're constantly transforming. You're constantly learning new things, right? If you're not learning new things, you're dying. Like literally, like we are made to learn new things and to evolve, to continue to evolve. And as you're evolving, right? You get to see the people around you who don't want to evolve. And it's not because we talk a lot about like jealousy and people trying to hold us back. But as you step into your higher self, you realize that, yeah, these kind of wicked things that people do, like the black magic and the throwing like negative energy at people, the evil eye, right? It's all because they've become accustomed to dimming other people's light to gain their own. They don't understand that they obviously don't understand that they have a light that's waiting to shine. And you see that. But see, this is the same light that you used to see and you used to try to draw out of people, right? But you would dim your light to try to draw theirs out. And sometimes it would appear to you that, oh wow, they're shining. But no, they were shining with your light. And now you're no longer, you will lend your light. You will give someone some of your light to help them if they want to find their own. But you're no longer dimming your light so that they can appear to be brighter than you. And people are not happy about that, because now they have to look at themselves. Imagine like you have been telling someone, you had conversations with people, maybe you shared some things about yourself, some things you at one point. I'm sure at this point you're not sharing a lot anymore, but at some point you were sharing all these things with the people around you, right? That you thought, wow, let me share this with them because I can see where this is going to go, how this is going to help, that this is a good thing, or this is a good person. Let's follow this person. And I'm going to give you an example. I have someone that I know that I'm a pretty good judge of character. I've been there where I've just had the rose-colored glasses on, right? And so learning to trust yourself after you've been running around with rose-colored glasses is so crazy. It's so amazing, because it's just that different point of view that you have, that little bit of a click that you have that changes everything. right? That changes the ability of people to be able to take advantage of you. And so, and I said, hey, such, I was telling someone else, like such and such person, and they were like, oh no, that person's a bad person, that they've done A, B, C, D in the past. And here's the thing. If I don't want, first of all, if I truly believe that my past does not determine who I am, how can I let someone tell me that someone else's past is going to determine who they are? I have to be open enough to let someone show me who they are, right? But maybe I'm going to do that, but I'm going to do it without dimming my light. And when you do it without dimming your light, they show you who they are a lot quicker. And here's the thing. And then you try to, you want to help someone. So you're trying to convince the other person that, hey, this person may be good for you and may be able to help you, but all they can see is what the person's past has done. And because of this, right now, you are advancing because, by the way, that person that they told you not to trust is the person that's helping you get to where that person was put on your path to help you get to where you want to go, because, and you were supposed to see that person is not their past, that person, that, you know, whatever, not judge them by what they've done in the past, but judge them for who they are today. And not so much judge them, but yeah, make your decision about them, I should say. Make a choice about whether this person is your soul tribe or should be in your soul tribe based on who they are today, not by listening to someone else telling you that, oh, this person has been this before or has done that. How many people have you guys seen? I love Susan Taro because she always talks about Pretty Woman, and it's one of my favorite movies. But remember, she was a prostitute, and then at some point she elevated. She met a man who elevated her, and then all of a sudden she was the another person. Like, she had elevated herself to another status. He had helped her elevate to another status. And so when some people saw her, they were like, oh, you're that prostitute, right? Like on the street, but she wasn't anymore. And just because she had been a prostitute doesn't mean that you don't know why she was a prostitute. Maybe her family kicked her out. Maybe hard times. People have hard times in their lives and have reasons, and people have to reckon with their shadows. So you have to allow, just like I've had to reckon with my shadows and see where I have done things that have allowed other things to come to pass in my life, or I've done things that have brought on karma. So I've had to do things and take paths to burn my karma, to burn off the karma. And when you finally get to that point where you burn off the karma, the last thing you want to do is be judging other people who are not ready to burn theirs off, or who are in the process of burning theirs off. Even if they're not ready to go with you on your journey, it's okay. But we're not judging people. And people will not understand you for that, because they're going to tell you like, hey, I told you, like, such and such, this person. And I've had times in the past also, don't mind you, where I've had where I was still operating out of my shadow, let's say, where I've had someone tell me like, hey, like, be careful in this situation. And I had the rose-colored glasses on and all of that, and I didn't listen. So now when you get to the point where you realize like you had the rose-colored glasses on, nobody's inside your body. Nobody's inside your head. Nobody can see what you see. Only you see what you see. You don't have the rose-colored glasses on anymore, right? You've reckoned with your shadow. You've reckoned with the things that you allowed. You've taken responsibility for the things that have happened in your life, bad, good, or indifferent. And now you're prepared to charge forward with trust again. And you're prepared to decide who gets to go. You're truly prepared to decide who goes on your path. And if people aren't ready, they're just not ready. You just keep it moving and on to the next person. I hope I'm making sense. I know I'm rambling a little bit, but this was really heavy on my heart this morning as I was getting into this reading, because I feel I'm getting this message that so many of you out there are trusting yourselves to the point where people are looking at you and they don't know who you are anymore. They're looking at you and they're like, why isn't Pisces dimming her light anymore, his light anymore? Why won't Pisces listen to me? Why isn't Pisces hearing me out? Because you were never supposed to hear them out. You were supposed to hear yourself, and you were supposed to connect with your higher power, and you guys and your higher power are now one. It's you and God, one. That's the ultimate marriage. Is you and God. You and your higher self. It's not that the other person is great that you have in your life, right? Your soulmate, that soulmate that you have with you walking life, but your soulmate needs to do the same thing. Your soulmate needs to be one with his or her higher power. That's what makes you powerful together. Not you feeding off of each other. That's where true strength comes in your relationship. And people won't understand that, and they're not meant to understand your relationship, because other people are in relationships. A lot of people around you may be in relationships where they're feeding off of each other's energy. When you're in a relationship with someone where you're no longer, yes, you're doing things for each other. Of course, you're complimenting each other, right? Because everybody has bad days, and that's part of that connection that you have. That's part of being a soulmate, that you can mirror back and forth to each other. When the other person's in their shadow, yeah, when they're too much in their shadow, you can be honest with them. They can take it. They can be honest with you, and you can take it. But it's no longer codependency in the relationship. It's you walking side by side with God, with your higher selves. That's what makes your relationship powerful. Somebody needed to hear that today. So anyway, I'm gonna flip the camera around and get into this reading, because I'm already 20 minutes into this. Hopefully you guys are watching. It's gonna be at about 19 minutes, so you can fast forward if you want to 19 minutes. Okay, so we're at 19:05 and we're going to get right into this. The first thing I did was I pulled from my Dream Weavers deck. I think you can see it right there. The Dream Weavers deck is the deck that I created for the channel. So I wanted to pull one from there. And it says, Mystic Depths. Your soul holds answers hidden in the depths. 10. Yeah, 10, completion. I think you are, let me put it here. Your soul holds, I feel like you're finding all the answers that you were looking for. You thought that there were things outside of you, and you're finding like, no, like the deeper you go, the more you go inward, the more answers you get. The more you connect with your higher self, the more answers you get, the more truth you get, the more gifts come in, it's like the more you understand things that you didn't understand before. And so you are no longer willing to go outside of you. The days of you, this card is a 10. The days of you going outside of you to look for answers is no more. Now, does that mean that you can't learn anything from anyone? No, but you go, just like you're here for guidance. Tarot is not end all of or be all of everything. Tarot is guidance. And so you are no longer, you realize that you have the answers. You may come here for confirmation. You may go to other tarot readers for confirmations but if it's for you, and now you know, because you hold those answers, like whether it's a business that you're trying to start or a relationship that you're trying to get into, no one's going to talk you into anything that you know is not for you. Because you know you have the answers. To pause and talk to your higher self. I love that for you. I love this. I'm going to put it here because we have a couple other. I'm going to move this over. This is for later. So here we have the Hierophant, the Justice card, the Sun, and the Page of Wands in reverse. Listen, guys. Yes, yesterday I did a reading for you guys, and the Hierophant, I think it was the Nine of Wands, the Hierophant, and the Five of Wands in reverse. This further tells me that you're changed. Like, you are now one with your higher power. You are, and in yesterday's reading, I saw, okay, you were collaborating with, you had made a call out to your higher power for assistance, and you're like, once you made that call, and your higher power, your higher self stepped in, all conflict stopped. Like, your protection came in, is what I saw yesterday. And today, with the return, the Hierophant was the first card out. That's you. That's you. Like, you're not, the Hierophant is here. It's not like you're reaching out for a teacher. This is a sacred part of yourself right now. You are the vessel. You are the vessel that is, you're like, you're the vessel for others. You're moving like a spiritual mother, father, healer, guide. For some of you, and I saw this yesterday, this is your calling. I think I said in the reading yesterday, I felt like Mother Teresa vibes. This is like Spirit saying your gifts are activated. And the beauty of this is that with Justice right here, right beside you, this is divine balance, karmic realignment. Like, you've burned off the karma. Truths are being revealed. Where there's been deception, drama, or imbalance, it's getting cleared immediately. It's immediately getting cleared. There's no denying that. And with the Sun, this is like 3 major arcanas in a row. Tell me this is not divinely guided. Tell me, like, this is with the Hierophant first and then the Sun. The Sun is shining bright. Where? On all the theatrics, all the jealousy, the rigmarole, the conflict, the backstabbing. People that are coming and they're pretending that they are what they aren't. All the Sun is shining on all of it. And what is happening is Spirit's telling you these people can no longer hide. If they could hide before, if they had a way, if they could put on a mask, the mask is slipping now. So in real time, like, there's no more, you're going to be seeing this in real time with people. So you're not, before people could put on the mask, you had the rose-colored glasses on, as I mentioned before, and now there's no more rose-colored glasses. It is what it is, and you see it for what it is. And you are, And these are people, these, like, with the Page of Wands in reverse here, these are people in your life who talk the talk, but can't walk the walk. You're walking the walk. These are people that are spiritual. You are the Hierophant, right? You are one with your higher power. These people are spiritually performative. You're going to be able to sift that out quickly. They can't hide from you. These people do not have depth. they could have even been people in your energy, and you're going to see it, and you may have known it and ignored it, but now you're going to see it for what it is, that they were mimicking your energy, tried to ride your wave. These are people that even undermined you. But it's clear right now that because you're standing in your truth, you're standing in the clarity, you're no longer allowing people to siphon your energy. So what happens when that happens? Where do they go from there? No passion, no purpose, just noise. It's all smoke. They're blowing smoke up everybody's ass. And that smoke, everybody's going to see the smoke because they can't siphon it. The thing is that if they were siphoning your energy, maybe they were coming to you for siphoning your energy and mimicking your energy. But see, when you won't let them in and you're mirroring back their own energy to them, whose energy can they mimic? The only energy they see when they come to you is theirs. Because you see them. So you're no longer sharing your energy, you're just showing them the mirror. And so, they may have been doing this to other people, and they may have other people in their lives also, because I feel like the truth is being illuminated, not just for you, it's for others too. And so these people are finding themselves less and less, having less energy to siphon. With their own energy being mirrored back, but especially you, Pisces, because you were so giving of your energy, right? You were so willing to dim your light so they can shine. And now you're like, nah, I'm not doing that no more. No. The light that I'm going to show you right now is the light you need to see. You're going to show them the light they need to see. But before they can see the light, they need to see the shadow, right? You can't see the light if you don't see the shadow. You can't heal if you don't know what's wrong. And I pulled this deck, and I don't even know if I'm going to pull from here, but I went to put it down. This is another tarot deck that I use. And the Death card. It's over. It's done. The shenanigans are done. No more shenanigans. No more shenanigans. They need to come correct or don't come at all. Not to you anyway. And then we have the Knight of Honor, Armor, Battle, Loyalty, Gang, Underworld, and then Painter. See, you are honoring yourself. You're slaying the shadows. This is your calling. You're slaying other people's shadows. They can choose to emerge with their own creativity and shine their own light, or they can choose not to. The Painter depicts sublimate, abstraction, form, sensation. Yeah, these people need to tap into their own energy, and they need to tap into their own emotions. No, they're tapping into your emotions to get what they want. They cannot. You're no longer sharing your emotions with people that want to stay here in the underworld. This one says gang. Brotherhood of Shadows, Underworld, Transactions, Violence, Criminal. Yeah, this is criminal to steal someone's energy, to fake, to live, to shine a light, but it's an illusion. The light that they're shining has been an illusion. That's criminal. Because the thing is that people who do this have to constantly do it. They have to constantly come back for more energy. And they look like they're elevating, right? On the surface, it looks like they're elevating, but to keep that elevating, that's why they call it black magic. To keep elevating, they have to keep siphoning somebody's energy. But when they don't have any more energy to siphon, right? That's the end of it. And then we had obstacles and difficulties. This card said, let the struggle teach you. Limitations, difficulties, obstacles. Limitations, difficulties, delays, drawbacks, setbacks, burdens, issues. You took all the lessons, right? And then over here, timing, patience, divine timing, waiting timing, issues, hold off, not now. It's all in the timing. So with all of this happening right now, you may be feeling like you have something that you're waiting for. And sometimes we want to give up, right? Like it feels like there's an obstacle. It feels like so tough. Like you're stepping out of this. It's like you have a project that you're working on and you've been giving it all this energy and you're just like, you have an inner knowing, right? You have to keep that inner knowing, even if it might look like it's not working, because it is. It is. There's some things being cleared, right? There's some things that you're being guided to clear some in your energy that it can't come in yet if it's not here, but it's coming. It's coming. Different obstacles. I'm gonna pull. Look again. Obstacles. It's done. And the 9 of Cups. Everything has turned out well. Enjoy your success. I'm telling you, it's coming. Growth always means leaving something behind. This is the end of a cycle for you, okay? So if you're feeling, because I'm getting that energy, like maybe you're feeling weary, right? This has been a long journey, to say the least, right? But there's a reason why there's divine timing involved. There's a reason why it's a long journey. Sometimes we don't always know what we don't know, but when right now, you are one with the divine, believe me, it's coming. It's here. It's actually here. The fruits of your labor are here. Start by looking at it this way, right? You have to leave things. This is here twice. It's done. It's here. Start by looking at it this way, and this is your energy here, Pisces. This is you doing all the work. You need to start enjoying, relax, enjoy the fruit of your labors, because if you had gotten this too soon, maybe you would still have people in your energy that you didn't see yet. Because right now you're seeing people in your energy for exactly who they are. But not just that, maybe you saw them before, but you didn't know how to show them themselves. Like you can still be kind, but when they see you now, they know that you're a different person, because it's very evident that they can't siphon your energy. It's very evident that it was to them, even if they were pretending like they were doing all the work, they weren't. And I'm sure some of them knew. But the presentation was that it was them doing all the work. But now it's not like they're going to give you your props. It's not like they're going to come and say, oh yeah, you know what? Like, you're the man. And you're not looking for that either. Or you're the woman. But you are the painter in your life. You are creating the life that you want. So trust. Trust. And I know some of you maybe have some pentacles that you're waiting for, some earthly, like you want to see it, right? Because that's what we don't see here, because this is also spiritual. That's why I think in yesterday's reading, I said, you know what? Ground yourself, right? But you are emotionally balanced. You are spiritually balanced. Look at that. That's a gift already. Like that's here. That's now. Wheel of Fortune. It's here. I could feel it. I'm like, it's here. You have strength in new beginnings. The cycle restarts. Endings, new beginnings. Like that's it. It's here. So whatever seeds you have planted, the harvest is coming in. Do not fret. It's coming in. And it's okay now to open Ace of Cups. It's okay to open your heart and receive the emotions around you, because you are no longer blinded by those emotions. You are no longer taking on the emotions. Like, it's okay to feel those emotions, to see, because now you know what to do with them. You know when to reflect back those emotions, when you know when it's not yours, and you know when to send that energy right back. You're divinely protected. And I feel like the doing that you need to do now is going to be more on the spiritual side. Like you planted your seed. You planted your seeds already on this side. It's coming. And maybe the seeds here, the earthly seeds, those pentacles, have not come yet because there's divine timing involved. But it's time for you to sit. It's time for you to take a seat at your table. This is your table. It's time for you to take that seat, like the king, the hierophant, the high priestess that you are. And sit in the knowing that it's coming, because it's coming. You will not be let down. Let's read this. What do I resist? This is a soul truth. What do I resist feeling right now? What we have to feel it to heal it. What did I say earlier? In order to let go of pain, we first have to honor its existence. Emotions are like waves. Some are soft, some are fierce, some are layered, and some will sweep you off your feet. When we allow ourselves to feel it all, we can then release what no longer serves us. Exactly. So it's okay to feel these energies now when they come in, because you know you're not going to be sitting in it. You know what you know. You have the sun and justice What else do you need? You have the gifts needed to know when to release it. So in the past, you used to let people sit in your energy and you didn't know whether or not it's yours. Now you have the knowing. Allow yourself to feel this wave. Let it move through you, no matter how long it lasts. Then release it back into the ocean. Feel it, heal it, enjoy the swift freedom within your soul. Yes, because there's a kind of freedom that comes from, because you don't want to be taking swift, crazy action, right? So there's a kind of freedom that comes from when somebody shows up in your energy as the Page of Wands. In the Page of Wands shows up in your energy. This type of energy shows up. And you sit with it. It might take you a day. But you sit with it. You don't have to respond in kind. You don't have to respond to them the same way they respond to you. No. It's not necessary. The beauty is that you're going to reflect back to them what they're reflecting to you without responding. And sometimes it's the not responding. Sometimes you're not going to take the call. What do they do with that? Somebody's trying to compete with you, and let's say they're sending you pictures about, oh, we're on vacation. We're like, because they're looking for competition, and you're just like crickets. Or they're looking for you to praise them, and you're like crickets. Right? They have to sit with that energy. They need to go somewhere else for whatever it is that they were looking for. They have to go somewhere else for it. They cannot get it from you. Which means they have to sit with themselves and think, why? Because we know the difference, right? A lot of you out there know the difference between someone who's sending you a picture just to really share, because you have something to share with them, or someone that's sending you a picture to kind of try to make you feel like, oh, look at how great I'm doing. Look at how great my life is. It's like posting everything, your whole life on social media, and no shade, but sometimes that is people that post a lot, their life isn't always as pretty as it looks. And so they're trying to show you that pretty picture, and you know the difference. You see the light, so you don't have to respond. And when you realize that that's what they're doing, you let it sit with them. They have to look at themselves and say, what was I really looking for from Pisces? And if they get mad, it's because they were looking for you to siphon your energy, and you didn't allow it. So now they have to sit with themselves. I hope that's making sense. Decisions. Yeah, decisions. This is the decision card from my, which deck is this? Where is it? Oh, it's from this deck here. Wow. It's from the mermaid, messages from mermaids. Messages from the mermaids. Decisions. The thing is that you're going to have a lot of decisions to make, right? You're going to have a lot of choices right now. And not every choice that you're going to make is going to make other people happy. But the decisions that you make should light you up. The decisions that you make should make you feel amazing. Right? They shouldn't be, you're not making decisions to fill up everybody else's cup. You've done that already. It's time for you to enjoy your success. And it's time for you to enjoy your success and to be proud of your own successes, even if no one else tells you that they're proud of you. If no one else tells you, I'm proud of you. This is a lot of transformation energy here. You've reached the point of no return. So whoever people thought that you were at one time is just not who you are. Period. It's just not who you are. So there's nothing they're going to say, nothing they're going to do that's going to change that. And You may not even look the same. You may not even look the same. They may look at you and be like, well, some parts of you might look the same, but they look at you and they have a knowing that you are not the same anymore. Anyhow, Pisces, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you in the next one. You have a blessed day.